Hello YouTubers, I wanted to come today and bring you a video of a diamond art I was doing. I've covered over names for copyright issues. I'm not sure if I can show you or not, but you can get this this picture off of, there's a lot of different websites online that you can get it from. This one comes from the USA. This is just a covering that we put over it. Well, it actually came with it on. So firstly I just want to show you the picture, which is Yoda. If you can see that, let me see if I can zoom in. My daughter, as I've said in the past, is mad on Star Wars. So if you can see that. So I started off, oh sorry, all right. And I've put it on my board. This is my my diamond art board. Stuck it on. Usually I use clamps on the bigger ones, but this is more than big enough. Just use masking tape so it doesn't damage it at all. The first thing that I do is open up the packets of the diamonds, and then with I use these over and over and over again. I just peel these off when I want to. Start a new one and put it on. If you can see, there's the numbers, and I always put the corresponding key. It's not very tidy, just quickly written on there. And then I put them in the empty ones. This is what they start half-life looking like. And now there's something at my door. It's probably a cat. See, empty. So I just write the number on there, the code, so that as I'm going through and I'm doing it, you can see, oh, I can see. Oh, I've just opened one. I've got green ones everywhere now, which obviously being Yoda. There's a surprise. Let me just gather those together. There's only a few that have come out, so thank goodness. Okay, right. Here we go. Let's have a look then. So this is what I do. I do them in sections. 3 sections each side. So that's the first section I've done. If I just turn it and then zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this is the bottom half of him. If you can see, I have my light board behind here. I always use a light board. Can't do it without, you can't see the key numbers properly. So do always use a key light board behind it for the key and that. So you can see how much easier it would be. I'm just trying to get you a little bit closer. Okay. Okay, that's my son's come around to stay for the night. Okay, so we're in the middle part here now. I don't think you can see it still. Close enough, that's the trouble. It's not very easy at all. Right, okay, so each key, I pick a number. The one that if I sort of zoom my eyes across it, I can see which one sort of pops out quite a high number of each one. It's easier to get rid of the bigger ones first, or the most there are of each one, and then it's easier then to dwindle it down to the smaller ones. So I've currently been doing F, letter F, if you can, there we go. So I've got F there, with the key number. I put them in my large boat, and then I use, my main one that I use is a single one on the end. Oh, goodness me, I can't find anything. Look. So just a single one, like that. And then on the other end it's got a 3. Is that? Oh my goodness, I can't find it. There it is. Okay. And then on my other one, I've got, I think it's a 9 on the end and a 1 on the other. And I don't tend to use the 1 because I don't use the 9 massively. But it is there if I want to use it. I've got my clay. This all comes with it. And, right, let me move those before I knock them off. And it comes with a set of tweezers, which are great. They're pretty flat-nosed, fairly pointed, but not as pointed as my other ones that I use, which I don't actually use. I got this one in a diamond art, these ones. They are extremely pointy, but they're very, very useful. So they're worth using. And then literally I just sit quietly, and I've usually got my iPad on in the background watching a film or doing something. And then I just go along and find them. So starting with we're on F's at the moment. So unfortunately, because I'm just doing this one section, so sort of all the way over here, leading to, that's the edge of it there, just by my hand, to there. I always finish up one section and then move on to this section. This is why it's so important to use these, because then if you finish one area and then you start another one, it's easier to use. So you can sort of finish it, close it, move on. Okay, so let's have a look and see if we can find the F. I think I've pretty much conquered the F. There goes my cat. Pretty much done them. I think I've been sat here. I mean, some days I'll not touch it, some days I'll come back to it, and then other days I'm on it all day. Today I've had a headache. I think it's because it's been a while since I've done one, so it's given me quite a bad head. But you just must remember, in a well-lit room, this is why I'm in the kitchen. I don't normally do my artwork in the kitchen anymore. I'm in the lounge at my desk, but the lighting in there is just not adequate enough to be able to see it and continue. Oh, there's an F right down the bottom there, look. Continue on and do it correctly and to the best of my ability, because if you don't line these up then they don't look right when you look at it as a whole picture. I've covered this over because obviously I don't want you, like I say, for purposes of copyright. I'm not sure if you're allowed to see it or not. I don't know if I'm allowed to show it. So it's just easier not to show it, and then nobody gets into trouble and I don't have to take my video down. But like I say, I double checked, and you can get this Yoda, you can get pretty much anywhere online. It's quite a popular one. I'll just stick that over. It just would make me feel better. I'm sure there's no problem. But if I don't do it, I know that there will be. And then I'd be really upset if I had to take it down. Okay, bear with me. I think we've pretty much finished the Fs. Sorry folks, there we go. Right, so I'm going to put them back in here. So literally all I do is just get my boat, knock them all down to the bottom, like so. Take your time with this, otherwise you'll spill them everywhere. As it is, I've got to go and pick up some dark greens now. If you ever do drop a load, don't panic. Lick the end of your finger and just place them on the top and it will stick to your finger. See, if you do it nice and slow, they all go in beautifully. Close it up. Now I've already done the G on this one and the K, so I'm going to put these away and I'm going to find a different one to get out. Now I can see a fair few, let's go with a D I think. If you can see the D's, I don't know if you can see them. The D's there. What else have we got in the middle here? Right, they're T's. Let's get T out perhaps then. Okay. Keep all up out of my workspace so that if I need to I can move everything. Plenty of space to work from. Now I usually empty the whole tub out if it's only half full, because then if you get up and you go and do something else and you come back again, then you can know exactly which one you're doing. Okay, so if you can see the T I've just done, that's empty. Okay, tuck it about the way, not somewhere you're going to end up dropping them. Now if you wiggle them around and then just tap it gently, it gets off all the loose and you get all the flat ones there, look. So if I want to put in a 3 or a 2 or whichever one, or even a 12 or 9, whatever it is, whichever. Okay, and then just literally go along, popping them in. A lot of people use the checkerboard effect. That's not something that I particularly like doing. It doesn't interest me at all. We're actually working on a bit of a skew whiff at the moment because my camera's in the way, but that's okay. The checkerboard effect is like do one and then, oh, look at that, there's an F right there. Do one, do another one, missing one out, and then you go down the next aisle, and it's, so you do that one, but you can't see how I let go down a bit further. See there? You say that one, that every other, and then you put one on, and then you go to the next line across, and you do every other in the ones that was missing. Sorry, it's my cat. So you've got a checkerboard effect. That way, the theory is that you would get them straight and there would be no issues at all. I don't like the checkerboard effect. I can't, my brain doesn't go that far ahead. So it doesn't work in the checkerboard effect. All I do is just make sure that I take my time, picking the bigger bigger loads first on numbers or letters or whatever shape it is. Go through, do those. I'm very methodical about it. I go through and I do all of that one just in this square. I don't veer off into any of the other picture. Oh, turn my light bulb off. I don't veer off at all. Always stick to this. Oh dear. Always stick to the same square until that square is complete. Then I'll move on to this bit here, and this is the next square along. Like I said, I split it into 3. So this side, and this side. This one here, I shall get to this and I shall move it all down when I come to that. And I shall slide this one, this piece, just underneath the board. And it will just slide underneath. So that, only up to about there. So this, but what you have what watches, it doesn't pop off these. It can, because it's bending outwards and that, it can pop them off. I mean, this one's had a hard life where it's come from. It's been beaten in the post just before Christmas. So there may be the odd one that I will have to go as it pushes it off. I might have to go along it with a knife and just flatten down the sticky part of it, which is fine. A lot of people go through and do all of them first. Again, I'm too eager. I just want to get on with it and I want to start it, and it's amazing and I love it, and I'm not a big Star Wars guru, but like I say, this is going on my daughter's bedroom. I'm going to pop a frame on it. And she loves it. So literally I'm not an expert at it by any means. I'm just somebody. I'm just Joe Blogs that's gone out, like a picture for my daughter. And I've had a couple of experiences now with a couple of different companies in the different styles or the different quality. This isn't too bad, I have to say, this one. I don't know, I've had from Diamond Art Club, that's probably got to be my best one. And if you look at my videos, some of my videos beforehand, they've got Diamond Art Clubs in there. I did a wolf, which is also on my daughter's bedroom wall. I've done Alice in Wonderland, which I've done for Lucy, my best friend. She's also got a colouring channel on here. She's amazing. That was also Diamond Art. My wolf was Diamond Art. They're very special in the gems that they put in, and the kits that you get with them are amazing. And the canvases are almost like furry. They're beautiful. And I've done one from, can't remember the name of them, which was a fairy, which I've also done. There's a film on it and everything. Sorry, you just sat there looking at a blank canvas there. That's a bit boring, really. Sorry. Let me zoom it back a little bit so we've got a little bit more. I wanted you to try and see what it was sort of really like. See, that's the one that I've left on. That one there. So, and that's the one that I've done already. And this is the one we're doing now. Okay. So, I don't know, I think it's probably one of my most relaxing things to do. I mean, considering I do a lot of things, painting, canvases, I used to do a lot of drawing but can't hold the pens for as long. Oh look, there's 2 more F's over there, look, and I've just put them away. You're always going to find them. There's always going to be ones that you think you've done, you finish one, and you're always going to find the odd one, which is very frustrating. But it's just how the cookie crumbles. I recently had a Dumbo, but it was such bad quality that I ended up throwing it in the bin. It was just awful. Cheap, there's another F. And I don't mind doing the cheaper ones. Sometimes I can't afford them, they're not the cheapest. And sometimes, you know, you've got to go with what you've got. You've got to roll with the punches. But it was so bad that I just couldn't complete it. So it's just a case of looking. You've just got to look, unfortunately, and decide which are which. Obviously, you're going to use your clay, push in the end. This is quite a nice one, actually, because it's sparkling. I've not had a sparkly one, maybe because it's Christmas, I don't know. I hope we're all ready for Christmas. I am. We have all our birthdays first, so in December. All my children are in December. So that's expensive. I start my Christmas shopping halfway through the year. Start putting it away, but unfortunately this year we've moved. Well, we moved a couple of years ago, but we've been moving rooms around and that. And now I can't find the stocking fillers I've been and bought the kids. So no doubt we'll find them after Christmas. Okay. So that looks like that's all that there are for the teas. I thought there was going to be more than that, I have to say. But there definitely isn't, so let's put them away. So remember what I said. Get your boat. Tap it gently. Everything's got to be gently and slowly. Don't rush it, otherwise you'll end up with them all over the floor. If you drop a large amount of these, put a stocking or a pop sock or something over the end of your hoover and suck up with your hoover. When it's turned on, take the edges of off the hoover, pull it round, and you'll have gathered them all back in. That is one way of doing it if you drop loads. And we've all been there, we've all done it. I think I had on the Alice one, there was a load of black. I think it was something stupid like 10,000 of them. And I dropped 3/4 of them on the floor and I was mortified and devastated. Let me move that down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Oh. That's a bit better. Let me come out. There we go. That's a bit better. You can't see my numbers, but you'll be able to see me doing them. Okay, let me see if I can move you around a bit further so you're a bit more behind. Oh, that works actually a little bit. Oh, that actually works a little bit better, I think. Sorry about this, folks. I'm just so not used to having to mess with the camera because it's sort of set in the lounge at my desk. But this way, oh, okay. Right, we're going to do X now. So we could zoom back in a little bit, I think. So X marks the spot. They're only half in there. So I'm going to tip them all out into my boat. Like so. And I'm sorry for the arm shots that you've got and all that, because like I say, I'm not used to having to mess with the camera anymore, apart from on and off. So now we're going to go through and see if we can find any X's. Now I'm sure, just now, that when I looked I found a load. I could see loads, but there's one. And just quietly sit. And I usually put my ear pods in and watch the telly, or listen to the telly. I don't watch it because I can't. If I put my head up, I lose where I am. And just quietly, my kids know, my husband knows. He just drops off coffee every now and again because he is the coffee fairy. which is really nice. I'm very lucky like that. Okay, I think what I've done is got mixed up into a pickle with another, no, that must just see one more, let me do that, with one other, what's it called that I'm looking for, a little shape. It's the key code on top. I just saw another one. There. Let me show you how close it can be sometimes. So you do have to be a little bit very careful when you set it up. You need to be very vigilant of this because it can end up getting you in a bit of a pickle, because if you put them on in the wrong places, it's very difficult to see them. Now, as you'll see from this one, if you can see that, this one here, now can you see how many times I've actually done it on there? 2, but actually it's a cross, and the bottom triangle of the cross is actually coloured in. Now the way it shows you it on here is a very thin, at the very bottom of the cross, it's very, very small coloured in piece. So it actually looks very similar, because there's circles around each of them, they look very similar. I know it doesn't look like it looking at it here and here, but it does on the canvas, and I can't show you because it would just blur out. But the dark coloured bit in at the bottom of this one is so very slight that it makes it look like one of these, but this cross is actually a little bit squattier than this one. So that is the only way of telling, and if you can see, I actually wrote it in wrong, incorrectly to start with, which is why I had to end up doing it again and again, because when it came to me putting the X's in there, I got very confused, and it doesn't take much. But that is definitely something to look at, and definitely something to be very, 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 very careful of. Because if you mess up one of the keys on your numbers, nothing will go right, and you can't sit and take them all off, because all you've got are colour codes. Then if I was to scrape all this off, and there are tools you can scrape it off with, but trying to sort them out, you would never manage to put them into the colours. And plus it would take you, goodness me, forever the month of Sundays you'd be doing it for, before you could even get back onto it. So just check, double check, and check again. I'll show you let me just get these back in here. Lovely. And I think the one that I'm after are the ones I just put on that one. Okay. You're given, let me fold that behind there. You're given this. This is your key code. So what it will do is give you, the first column is your symbol. That's what it will be on the canvas. The next column is the ID. That is what is on the packets. When you cut them open, this is the ID number. This is how you find it on here, and your key code to the corresponding key code to onto the canvas. The next one is the quantity of it. So I know that number 310, which is a 6 in a circle, is, I have 6,072 of them, which actually equates to 31 bags. So check your bags, count them, then put them into your clear pot. 310 on there, and the symbol. Don't not write the symbol on, because otherwise you'll find your number on your pot and you'll have to go back down here to find out which one it is, and it just gets confusing. So there's the picture of the one we're doing. He's very cool, isn't he? So my daughter's very excited by this. So if you can, oh, just nudged it, sorry. If you can see down the bottom here, let's just move you over. Can you see these reeds? There, look. There. Ah! See the reeds coming down, and this is what this is. That's this bit at the bottom here. That's this bit. So I'm literally just on this bit here. So keep it small, keep it, try not to do too much in one go. With the diamond art, that is really important. Follow the instructions. Each manufacturer has got different instructions. Always do carry them use them and use them properly, because what ends up happening is you don't follow it, you think you know better. I've been there, I've done it, and then you end up right input and not being able to do anything, okay? So, these look very similar, like I say, to the crosses, but they're not crosses, they are these daft little ones. The ones with numbers in circles are better, because they're clearer. Don't push it on too hard when you first push it on, because you may want to move it over slightly. If you push it on too hard, you won't be able to. When I've done mine, I usually put them, pin them up on the wall and run them over a couple of times with a rolling pin. Oh, I've just found a cross. See, you'll always find one. You think you've got them all and you haven't. Okay. That's the other thing, when you use these, like just a 3-1, that can also be quite difficult, because you have to line up the bottom and line up the top. The middle ones will come in and they will sit down and they will go onto it, but they're not on there hard. So if they are off slightly, you can gently push them over and push them on then. But I don't push them on too hard, because I might want to move it slightly. I think I need some more varifocal glasses though, because I'm struggling to see it a little bit. And like I say, I've given myself a bit of a headache today. I think it's because I haven't done one for such a long time. And then I've been on it 3/4 of today. And concentrating's giving me a bit of a headache. Alright. So just scan constantly. Scan it over with your eyes, constantly looking. So you can catch as many as you can each, the first time you get them out. There's always going to be ones you miss. I think I've said that already. If you've got other diamond art that you've done, please show me. I would really love to see it. Leave it in the comments. Email me. My email address is on the last screen. That would be lovely. Love to see what you've got. If you've got anything that works better, or you've got a particular website. I mean, I waited for 4 to 6 weeks for delivery on this one, which was crazy, especially with Christmas and that. And I did get an email saying it wouldn't be here till after Christmas, but it turned up yesterday, which was great. And it's just a case of just quietly sitting. I think that's the other thing I like about these, is it's nice and quiet. They're very personal as well. It's not the sort of thing you can start and then stop and somebody else continue. They're too personal for that. Each person, you'll do it in your own way. Not necessarily the same way I do it, not necessarily the same way that if you watch somebody else. It's just completely personal, and do what works for you. Do not worry if I do something and I say to you, well, that's going to make it a little bit different. Do it a different way. If it works for you, what's the harm? Like I say, I'm in no means or ways like massive on it. I don't know what I'm 100% talking about. I can only tell you what has happened to me and what I do, and then pass that on. If you choose to use it, great. If you don't worry. Might give you an idea of doing it a different way. Oh, there's me not even picking them up no more. It really is up to you. This is the nice thing about these. Some people use blue tack in the end. I tried blue tack on my last one that I did. Drove me mad. Because all it does is just go up inside it. And then trying to get it back out to... in the end I went back to using this. Now if you'll see there, I was pushing them round there. I'm quite heavy-handed when I push it, because when I push it I want it to stick. Like so. I've actually bent it, if you can, for a difficult one to see. Let me see if I can find it. It's got a slight bend in it, it's why I'm so heavy-handed. a lot of people tell you not to grip hold so tight and don't push them down too tight and this, that and the other. But for me that doesn't work. I like to really sort of grip it down, and if it is something that I want moving that this is just not working with, I will use my pointy nose pliers. Tweezers. I get the top and just literally rest it on the top and move it. And that sort of works for me. Okay. Try and get them as straight as you can, otherwise when you do the next row next to it, they won't line up properly. So it is, you do need to do to some degree, get it where it should be. Okay. Okay. Right, I'm going to leave it there, and what I'll do is I will come back once I've finished it and show you all you Star Wars gurus. I will come and show you what it looks like at the end, and if the picture's a good one, can't be too bad. There's a lot of places, like I say, that do sell it. You can even purchase, I think you can get this one off of Amazon, eBay, all the main stockists. So just one more view of it. My picture. There he is. That's what we're striving for. And it's not the baby one either, it's not baby Yoda, it's big Yoda. Okay. So, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Do please show me. I really am desperate. Nobody's left me any information in the comments or anything yet. Or should not information, that's the wrong term. No pictures of anything they've been having a go at doing. And I would really love to see it. And if you think there's something I could do a little bit different, I'm always open to ideas. Always out, looking for them. Like I say, it'll either work for me or it won't, but it might well do. So, thanks for watching. It's always a joy to show you all these things. And like I say, look out for any future videos. I will put this one on the end. I will put it next to my diamond art ones, the wall for the fairy, because I like to show you the different companies, different qualities, and what's worth getting, what's not. I have got a Bambi that I haven't even opened yet, which was an extremely cheap one, which I'm might have a little go at doing, and then put them all next to each other, and you'll be able to see what I mean. So, and then I might show you my sea of leftover beads that they leave you. Because I'm a bit craftsy, I keep them all, and I've got a whole sea tub. It's a big tub of them, and you just run your fingers through them. They're lovely. Loads and loads of them, square ones and round. These are round drills. I do like square drills, but if you're learning and you've only done none or maybe one, don't go straight to the square drills, stick to the round drills, because they are a lot easier to line up. The square drills are very, very difficult. I've only done one of the square drills. I would do another one, but they definitely take you twice the amount of time, because you have to make sure that they are square. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you soon. Thanks then, bye-bye.